yesterday we talked about slope-intercept form. Who remembers what slope-intercept form, what it looked like generically? Y equals mx, good, plus b, good. Yesterday we talked about slope-intercept form, which was y equals mx plus b, and m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept, and that is the b where we begin graphing. We're going to be working with this again today, slope-intercept form, but today we're starting in standard form. This is standard form. What's the difference between these two forms? There's an A. This other one doesn't have an A. What is the same about them? What do they have in common? An X and a Y. Good. They do have an X and a Y in common, typically. And what we want to do, this is a great method for linear equations as well, but what you can see is we have the X and the Y. They're both on the same side of the equals. Where here, are they on the same side? No, the Y is all alone. It is isolated. All right, that is an isolated Y. And what we're going to do today is we're going to be given equations in standard form where the X and the Y are on the same side. Now, the X and the Y have numbers in front. That's what the A and the B and the C represent. They're holding the place of a number, different numbers. So maybe the A is like in this equation, the A is, what's the A in this equation? 5, good, and what's the B? 6, and what's the C? 12. Yeah, they're just placeholders. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to convert these standard form equations into slope-intercept form. And it says we're going to solve the equation for y. I just don't like that word. I like just saying isolate y. That is our goal. We want to get y by itself. Y wants to be alone. Y is an introvert. We do that because in this form it's super easy to graph. All right? So we love graphing in slope-intercept form. So we have some steps to convert. Do I want to do this? I'm going to write step number 1. We want to move the AX term to the opposite side. That is the first step. We're going to take this AX term and we're going to move it to the opposite side of the equals. We've got to do that very carefully. And then our second step is to divide all terms by B. Whatever that number in front of y is, that B needs to disappear. So we're going to divide by whatever the B happens to be. Okay, so to get started, we're just going to practice isolating y. We want to write each equation in slope-intercept form, and the goal here, isolate y. That is all our goal is here. Get the y by itself. So first of all, this one looks very simple. What is the number in front of x? A 1, very good. And what is the number in front of a y? 1 as well. There's always numbers there in front of variables, right? So for now, it's really good to write them in. Now, for step number 1, it says move the AX term to the opposite side. So I want to take this 1x and I want to move it across our equal sign. How do I move it to the opposite side? Subtract, very good. Right now it's a positive x. We need to subtract 1x from both sides. Positive 1x and negative 1x cancel each other out, and I am left with 1y is equal to, now, is negative 2 and the negative 1x, are they like terms or are they completely different? They're completely different. One has a variable and one does not, okay? We are typically going to write the thing with the x first. So I'm going to write negative 1x first. And then I have my negative 2, my plain old number at the end, okay? Do not put those together. They are not like terms, all right? They're just neighbors, okay? And then how do I get the y by itself? Yeah, this is 1 times y. So we're going to make sure that we divide all 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms, by that one number in front, okay? I get y equals, what is negative 1 divided by 1? Negative 1. Yeah, that was not a trick question. That. And what is negative 2 divided by 1? Negative 2, yep. All right. And that is slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. All right, let's try another. Number 2, what is missing in my standard form here? A 1. There's a 1 in front of the y. All right, what should I do first to isolate my y? What should I do first? Add 4x. Very good. Yeah. I want to move this x term, so we're going to move that to the opposite side by doing the opposite. So right now it's a negative 4x. We're going to add it to the other side. So positive 4x and negative 4x go away. That leaves me with 1y is equal to, what should I have here on the right-hand side now? 5 plus 4x. I'm going to write it 4x. I want the x term first so it matches my slope-intercept form. And then what? Plus the 5. That is a positive 5. So I'm going to bring that down next to it. All right, they're neighbors. Now, how do I get the y by itself? Divide everything by 1. Does that change anything when you divide by 1? No, super easy. 4 divided by 1 is still just a 4x, and 5 divided by 1 is still just a 5. I'm showing a step that we didn't have to do because we will have to do it on all the rest. All right, questions so far? Is this okay? You're sounding pretty confident, which I enjoy. That's great. All right, number 3. I have a wall here. My job is to isolate the y. What am I going to get rid of? 5x. How do I move the 5x? Subtract. Very good. It's a positive 5x. To move it to the opposite side, we have to do the opposite. So negative 5x on the other side. All right. That gives me the remaining 6y is equal to, what should I write on my right-hand side now? Negative 5x and positive 12. Very good. And then what? How do I get y by itself? Divide by 6 on every single term. Be careful. That's where most mistakes happen, okay? All right, 6 divided by 6 cancels itself out. It's a 1y, which is what we want. What is negative 5 divided by 6? Does it divide or is it weird? It's weird. Yeah, guess what? We get to leave it because it's totally great. It's just going to become negative 5 over 6x times x, which is fine. What about 12 over 6? Can we clean that up? Yeah, we can. What's 12 over 6? 2. Very good. All right. This is a fraction. It stays a fraction, and that's beautiful because that's slope. We know what that means. It means go down 5, right 6. All right. That's the number in front of x. That's our slope, so we love it as a fraction. All right, number 4, I think. Let's just do this. Are we good with one or more of these? Yeah? You think you're good now? Let's just do one more and then we'll move on. All right, what should we do first? Add 2x. Very good. Going to add 2x to both sides. Beautiful. That leaves a 6y on the left, and what do I write on the right side? 2x, and then a negative 24. Beautiful. All right, and then we need to divide by 6 everywhere. All right, This one's a little more tricky. 6 divided by 6 is a 1y, which is what we want, an isolated y all alone. What about 2 over 6? What's that? 2, we could leave it 2 over 6, but that is not reduced. 1 over 3, yeah, 2 over 6, we can divide top and bottom by 2, and we get 1/3. You can also math frac that in your calculator if you want to, math frac. But we get 1/3 times the x, and then what's 24 over 6? 24 divided by 6? -4, good, there's a negative, 24 divided by 6 is 4. So we get 1/3 x and a -4. All right, give me a thumb, how are you feeling? Pretty good? Good, okay, all right. Some of you are on your computers, I'm not quite sure why. Should be paying attention and taking your notes. Okay, so why do we need to be able to convert into slope-intercept form? We need to be able to do that so that we can practice graphing again and graph our lines in slope-intercept form. What is slope-intercept form? Y equals mx plus b. Beautiful. And what they're giving us is not in that form. So we want to convert each standard form equation, and then we're going to graph it. So here we have something is missing a 1 in front of the y. Beautiful. And again, our job is to isolate the y. That is basically the entire goal there. So what should we do first? Subtract the 3x, beautiful, from both sides. Positive 3x and negative 3x cancel each other out. That leaves me with the 1y equals, what do I get on the right? -3x and a positive 5. Beautiful. And then I need to do what? Divide by 1. But I can divide everything by 1. Does it change anything? No. -3 divided by 1 is still -3. 5 divided by 1 is still a 5. But we have slope-intercept form, which is beautiful. What is the m? The slope, and what number is our slope in our equation right here? -3. Good. I always want slope as a fraction. So what is this number as a fraction? Over 1. Good. And then our b, what's our b, our y-intercept? 5. Good. B is for begin here. So we're going to begin at 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the y-axis right at the top. And my slope. What does -3 over 1 tell me to do? Down 3 over 1. Down 1, 2, 3 over 1. Down 1, 2, 3 over 1. And then we can graph it. Now today you're graphing by hand. Yesterday in Delta Math you are only required to do 2 points because technically 2 points determine a line. I expect to see 3 points, okay? Because lines are long and should extend all the way to your edges of your graph. I don't like short, stubby little sticks. I don't like that. So your line should be nice and big and go from the whole graph, cover the whole edge to edge, okay? So no stubby little sticks. All right, let's turn the page. All right, what are you guys going to do first on number 8? Is there something missing? The 1. We could fill in the 1 that's missing. I'm still seeing people on their computers. But you're on Delta Math. Hey, well, that's something. Anyway, rather you listen so I don't have to explain myself again. All right, there's a little missing one. We can fill it in. Okay. What should we do first? Whoops-a-daisy. What should we do first? Add the 2x. Beautiful. So we're going to add the 2x on both sides. Again, if you get it, go on. Go ahead. Keep working. Love it. And then we are left with a 1y is equal to, on the right-hand side, we have two things. We have the 2x, the positive 2x, and that negative 1. They're just neighbors. They just stick next to each other. And then to get the y totally by itself, I can divide everything by 1. But that really doesn't change anything. It's still just 2x and the negative 1. All right, 2x and the negative 1. What is my m? mx plus b. M is the number in front of the x, so it's 2. But I always want it as a fraction, so what should it be? 2 over 1. Always, always. We want it as a fraction if it's not already there. We want it as a fraction. And then what's my b value? Negative 1. That's my y-intercept. That's where I begin. So I'm going to begin on my y-axis at negative 1. And then what does my slope of 2 over 1 tell me to do? Down 2 or up 2? Up 2. It's positive up 2 and then right 1. So we're going to go from our beginning point, we're going to go up 2 boxes and over 1 box. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, and draw a nice big long line. No stubby little sticks. I'm glad you think that's funny because I think they look funny too. All right. Let's skip down. I think you're doing quite well. Let's skip down here to 11 and 12, and then I think we'll probably be good. Number 11, what's missing? The 1s. You got a 1x, and we have a negative 1y. And again, my job is to isolate the y. What should we do first? Subtract 1x, very good. Subtract 1x. Positive 1x and negative 1x undo, cancel each other out. Now be careful, here's where most mistakes are made. This is a negative 1y. Don't lose your negative. It's still there. On the right-hand side, we have a negative 1x and a positive 5. So don't lose your negatives. How do we get y by itself? Divide by negative 1. Everywhere, every term, we're going to divide by a negative. Negative divided by negative is positive y. Negative 1 divided by negative 1 is positive 1x. And positive 5 divided by negative 1 is negative 5. All right, positive divided by negative is a negative. If the signs match, the result is positive. If they're different, it's negative. Okay. What is our m? 1 over 1. I love how you said that as a fraction. That was beautiful. And what is our b? Negative 5. All right. So we're going to begin at negative 5, which is right down here on my y-axis. And what does my slope 1 over 1 tell me to do? Up 1 and right 1. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. Up 1, right 1. And nice arrows on that line. All right, let's look at number 12. Our job is to get y all by itself. What should we do first? Add 8x. Very good. It's a negative 8. We want to do the opposite. We're going to add 8x to both sides. I don't know what that says, but it should say an 8x. There we go. Positive 8x and negative 8x cancel out. What are we left with? Negative 12y. Don't forget your negative. It's attached to the 12. And then what do we get on the right-hand side? 8x and a plus 0. Good. How do we get y by itself? Divide by negative 12. Beautiful. We want to divide everything by negative 12. Negative 12 divided by negative 12 is a 1y. It's positive. What do we have here with 8 over negative 12? What do we do with that? Negative 2 over 3. How'd you get negative 2 over 3? You reduced it. You divided top and bottom by 4. So that is 8 divided by 4 is 2, and negative 12 divided by 4 is negative 3. So negative 2 over 3 with an x. What's 0 divided by any number? 0. All right, so there's our slope-intercept form. What is our slope? Negative 2 over 3. Now you'll notice I put the negative on the top. All right, that top number is the rise. So our rise is going to go up, or it could go down. All right, if it's positive, we go up. If it's negative, we're going to go down. The bottom number is always to the right, and our b in this case is 0. So we're going to begin at 0 on the y-axis, and what am I going to do for my slope? Down 2 and right 3. Remember, the bottom number is our run, and we run to the right. So we're going to go down 2 and right 1, 2, 3. Down 2 and right 1, 2. Oh no, there's no more grass. We can. And I can estimate. I can go ahead and place it there. It goes about there. But I can do a full reverse. So instead of going down 2, right 3, I can go up 2, left 3. So a full reverse. Okay? And you'll notice my point is in line with the others. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any questions for me? No. All right.